You're welcome to this lecture. My name is Wilber Kivekayunga. In this session, we are going to look at trade and see how trade can be used in our businesses, in economics, to be able to make more revenue and also be able to sustain the market, attract, sustain, and expand the market. My name is Wilber Kivekayunga. I'm the Managing Director of the Action Entrepreneurs and a consultant therein. We also do planning management. We also do education and consultancy services, and mainly in international development, we do finance management. We also offer consultancies in green transition and also digitalization. I happen to also be a lecturer at Nkumba University, and this is Nkumba University in Uganda. We're going to look at demand and supply, and this we're going to do a recap of what we really noted as demand and supply. So in demand, we see that demand is the amount of product that consumers are willing and are able to purchase at any given time. So it tells us that if customers are willing and have interest to buy, and actually also have ability to purchase, then we say that we have a demand. And then it is so assumed that this is effective demand, because if willingness is paired with the ability to buy, then we say we are having effective demand. However, we can also have passive demand, where customers are willing to 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 have the item and they possess the item but have no money to buy. So that is what will draw us into thinking of alternatives such as the packaging size, such as models that can suit into what customers can actually ably buy. So the law of demand states that the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded, and that on the other side, the lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. So usually, customers are willing and able to buy at a less price. So when the prices go low, customers will always line up to buy the product. As the prices increase, some of the customers actually drop off and cease to buy the product, looking for which other product could be affordable and could be a substitute for the current product whose price has been increased. So this results into a downward slope, which we call a demand curve, which is curved downwards. So that's normally, and normally the higher the price, the lower the quantity supplied. So when we have a high price, the quantity demanded will be actually a low quantity. So when the price goes higher, the lower the quantity you supply, the quantity that the market demands. So that will also tell you that we won't sell much if the quantity for a normally distributed products and products which actually respond to these forces of demand and they obey the forces of demand. When you lower the price, you increase the quantity demanded. So more customers will demand the product whose price has now reduced. And then as we move along, movements along the demand curve are therefore caused by changes in prices, and that supply is the amount of a product here which suppliers will offer to the market at a given price. So we see that on the response, the suppliers are mostly interested in having profits made. And yes, satisfaction, yes, but also profitability. So when the prices actually go higher and then the market is continuously demanding, then the suppliers will respond by making sure that they supply more. They will supply more because at high prices, the suppliers will wish to supply more because that is what is attracting to them more profit. And that uh, when they make more profit, they will now be able to afford all resources and facilitate more production. So sometimes when there is an increase in prices of some goods, suppliers are rejoicing that that is the only avenue they have got to supply products and make more money. So that's why you see that uh, the law of supply, on the other hand, will be discussed. So as the prices of an item goes high, the suppliers will attempt to maximize their profit by increasing the quantity they offer to that market for sale of that product. So this means that the lower the price, then the lower the quantity supplied, and the higher the price, then the higher the quantity the suppliers will actually supply. So at a low price, uh, at low price levels, only the most efficient suppliers can make a profit. So at low prices, then it means the supplier has got to make more items to sell, has got to sell many items, so and to make profit. But yet at the high price, supplier is now realigning out to make sure that he supplies more to make a larger volume of profits. So as the price increases, the profit motive attracts new resources to supply, and the higher the price, then this allows less efficient producers to make profit. Even producers who are less efficient, when the price is really very high or the price is high, you find that these suppliers are also making more profits. So as the prices increases, the supplies actually have got to be increased proportionally. So that's where you see that as as the prices, the demand curve shows us that the higher the price, the lower the quantity supplied. But again, the supply law also tells us that the higher the price, the higher the quantity supplied. And thus, we reach at a point where we see here that when the prices are, for example, reduced such that the supplies are more, and then they are reduced to such an extent where the organization is able to make a profit, and also continuously supplying more products to the market. So there must be that balance, which we call the equilibrium price, which, yes, the company is able to make a profit, but at the same time, we are able to supply more products to the market. And that price, if we reach at that price, we call that an equilibrium price. And then when we reach that quantity, which if we supplied such a quantity, we break even and we are able to attract more markets, to penetrate into more markets with that price, then we say that we have reached an equilibrium price, that beyond which we lose on the market, and below which we also lose on profit. So then also equilibrium quantity also tells us that below that quantity you want at a certain price, you want to also be able to break even. So you've got to sell more. Okay, you've got to sell more. So that means that for us to have an equilibrium price, we are always under this triangle, this rectangle you're seeing here. to make sure that we are able to penetrate the market. But as we go beyond uh, uh, the equilibrium price, we shall be affecting the quantity supplied, and therefore our what we call our profits would not be sufficient, and also sustaining clients may not be. And at the same time, we are working in a pool of competition that if we maintain ourselves higher and we not examine this equilibrium price, then we shall not be competitive in the market. So we see where the demand curve intersects there. We have a point where we have the quantity that consumers are willing to purchase, matching with uh, which matches the quantity that the suppliers are also willing to supply at. So the two should also match together. Yes, we are willing to purchase some quantities, so that's what you're supposed to supply. So at this point, we call it a market equilibrium. And then from the market equilibrium, we can derive the market prices and the quantity. So that is always arrived at by examination and the surveying or doing market research to see uh, the, the, the quantities that customers can easily buy or can efficiently buy, and also the price at which they are willing to buy such quantities. That will actually guide us on how much to supply, and also how much products can, how many products we can actually sell onto this market. So this market equilibrium is not fixed, so it keeps varying and basing on the changes in the patterns of demand and supply, the environment, and the tastes and preferences of customers, the demographics, their age, their gender. They keep on changing based on their income levels, and then even their education background. There are various factors that affect the equilibrium market or the equilibrium position. So that is what we have covered here. I would like to thank you for being part of this lecture. We shall keep on engaging in our other lectures, and then for you to be able to trade effectively and to be able to compete and override competition, you've got to do a study which we call a demand and supply analysis of the market, so that you have a better view of what is going to happen in the market and how you are going to override your competitors, because you're not the only one who is in the market dealing in this product. There are several competitors in the market dealing in the same product who are in the same industry, and they almost have the same and similar service they are rendering to the market. So what actually keeps you outstanding in the market is then those are the innovations, the strategies you're putting together to be able to examine in the market and through demand, and also examining how much you can produce and supply. So you cannot supply beyond the demand, but with a good strategy, you can keep on monitoring demand and also uh, designing your product and fashioning it in such a way that it can overcome competition, and that you can also increase the number of customers who are consuming this product through distribution chains, through marketing, through promotions, through engaging customers, through continuous communication with the customers, through product redesigning and product positioning, through displays, and through other avenues that you can use to actually capture and have a catchment and a stronghold. onto your market. Thank you. My name is Wilber Ssebuyungo Kivekayunga. On YouTube, you can find Wilber S. Kivekayunga, or if you typed Wilber Ssebuyungo Kivekayunga, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel to get continuous updates on the YouTube account. On Facebook, Wilber S. Kivekayunga, Twitter or X, and the same name, you can trace us. Thank you. Subscribe and follow.